I mean, very tough fight. I know you and I were talking back and forth. How do you look at him, and how do you expect it to take advantage of this?
Islam on top of this game last 5 years. He was champion in lightweight, and he was long time. He was contender. He is like, people know him last 5 years. He in top. Islam. Yeah, he just win his biggest fight in his life against Belal, and people don't know him. But the way how he show his skills, I think he's a very, very tough opponent for us. That's why we train so hard.
Если отбросить в сторону трэш-ток от Иэна Гарри, как бы ты оценил его в роли президента? Почему он апатия?
Трэш-ток, как может человек вообще трэш-током заниматься, который позавчера проиграл? Мне вообще без разницы на его трэш-ток, просто может... В этом и есть польза, но это меня никак ничем не цепляет.
Здесь виза какие-то сложности в его стиле.
Да, у него сложный стиль. Постоянно убегает, назад идет, отступает, постоянно его все прижимают.
Islam, in my opinion, is one of the smartest fighters in the business. He might very well be the number one smartest fighter in all MMA, and he definitely, to me, he's definitely the most well-rounded out of everybody. Me and John Jones is no longer involved, so I think Islam Makhachev is the most well-rounded MMA fighter presently, and he's pound for pound number one. Like everybody gives him that credit, and I've always said that he was number one.
For Islam, if the fight hits the ground, I think he dominates. I think this fight's probably over within a round or two, maybe 2 rounds, 3. I would say 2 or 3 rounds. Once he gets him down one time, I don't think Ian Garry Machado is the same fighter after that.
Islam's next title defense, who do you think gives him the biggest challenge?
Probably think Ian Garry's, probably in terms of current competition, the resume he's put on over the last few years. But I also can see the argument to giving someone like Usman the shot, former champion, one of the welterweight greats. But I personally would like to see it go to Ian, just from the resume he's put together in the division over the last 2 years.
As the anticipation reaches another level, Khabib Nurmagomedov isn't throwing around confident predictions. He's emphasizing serious preparation. In his view, Islam Makhachev is fully focused on what could become one of the hardest battles of his entire career. Khabib Nurmagomedov stressed that overlooking Ian Machado Garry would be a major error, describing him as one of the most difficult challenges Islam Makhachev has encountered. He explained that Team Makachev has approached this training camp with maximum intensity because they expect a grueling contest rather than an easy victory. According to Khabib, they've treated Garry with complete respect, and that's exactly why Islam has prepared himself for an all-out battle.
Yeah, he just win his biggest fight in his life against Belal, and people don't know him. But the way how he show his skills, I think he's a very, very tough opponent for us. That's why we train so hard.
However, coach Javier Mendez delivered a huge statement, saying Islam Makhachev is the definition of a true professional who follows every instruction instantly, regardless of how fast the game plan changes. He believes Islam's incredible discipline, elite fight intelligence, and total faith in his coaching staff are the reasons he belongs at the very top of the pound-for-pound rankings. In Mendez's opinion, that rare combination of composure and precision is what separates Islam from every other mixed martial artist.
This is the guy that you just wind him up, let him go. He's learned everything so well. Islam is the one fighter that I don't have to worry if I'm with them or not with them. I don't need to work his mental. I don't need to work nothing. All I need to do is me and Khabib, we just tell him what the game plan is. He'll execute it. And I've always said it time and time again. He's the kind of guy we can change round by round, minute by minute, second by second, and he'll just follow our instructions. I've never known Islam Makhachev not to follow Khabib's or my instructions or the other coach, Dave Sapula's advice on how he should fight. He is the perfect professional, and he is the guy that deserves to be pound for pound number one.
Coach Javier Mendez also issued a powerful warning to the UFC, stating that he firmly believes Islam Makhachev has what it takes to beat anyone competing at lightweight or welterweight. He explained that both he and Khabib have always understood Islam's true abilities, insisting everyone else is simply beginning to recognize the level they've seen for years.
It would have been a different fight, but I'm very confident in Islam beating anybody within the lightweight and the welterweight division.
Shifting gears, Ian Garry surprised many many fans by recognizing Islam Makhachev as the undisputed pound-for-pound #1, praising both his dominance and remarkable winning streak. But the admiration stopped there. Ian made it clear that if he wants to prove he's the best fighter on the planet, Islam is the man he has to defeat. He boldly claimed that beating Makachev is the ultimate challenge, setting up what could become one of the UFC's biggest future matchups.
Question: why are you so confident when thinking about fighting Islam and beating Islam? Because more often than not, people don't look good against him.
Firstly, again, I have nothing but respect for him. I think he's absolutely cemented himself as the best fighter on the planet right now. He's world champion, pound for pound #1, and on the verge of breaking the longest consecutive win streak in UFC history. It's nothing but exceptional. From the first time you spoke, well before I was in the UFC, to be the best, you have to beat the best. There is nobody else I would want to beat to prove that I'm the champion of the world. There is nobody else I'm more excited to fight and test myself against than dominance in Islam Makhachev. He's earned that title as the pound for pound champion, the pound for pound #1 on the planet right now. That's the guy I want to take out.
In response, Islam Makhachev brushed aside Ian Garry's championship ambitions, questioning why someone coming off a recent defeat should even be part of the title conversation. While he admitted Garry has an awkward and elusive style, Islam insisted he isn't impressed by it. He argued that Garry's movement and constant retreat don't make him a legitimate threat, sending a harsh message that the Irish contender hasn't yet earned a shot at the UFC's pound-for-pound king.
Если отбросить в сторону трэш-тока от Иэна Гарри, как бы ты оценил его в роли президента? В чем он опасен?
Трэш-ток. Как может человек вообще трэш-током заниматься, который вчера-позавчера проиграл? Мне вообще без разницы на его трэш-ток. Просто, может... В этом и есть польза, но это меня никак ничем не цепляет.
Вот есть виза какие-то сложности в его стиле?
Да, у него сложный стиль. Постоянно убегает, назад идет, отступает постоянно, его все прижимают.
Meanwhile, Sean O'Malley added fuel to the excitement by supporting a potential Ian Garry versus Islam Makhachev matchup, describing it as an electric Ireland versus Dagestan showdown. He noted that Garry's size advantage and unwavering confidence could make the contest much closer than many expect. Above all, Sean emphasized that belief is one of the most dangerous weapons in fighting, and Ian genuinely believes he can defeat Islam.
Ian Garry and Islam.
Love that. Dagestan versus Ireland 2. Ian Garry's legit as
Yeah.
Islam moving up. I think Ian's going to be quite a bit bigger, just frame-wise, confident.
Yeah.
And confidence is important. I know we saw Ilya, how confident he was, and that didn't pan out too well, but confidence is still one of the most important attributes in fighting. And Ian Garry is confident that he can go out there and beat Islam.
Daniel Cormier revealed that Islam Makhachev possesses extraordinary grappling strength, recalling that despite being naturally bigger, he couldn't even push Islam off him. That insight creates serious concerns for Ian Garry, whose grappling has never been considered his strongest area. If Garry gets caught in Islam's wrestling exchanges, the champion's suffocating control and elite ground skills could completely shut down his offense. Based on Cormier's experience, that's a massive advantage that could allow Islam to dominate and secure a finish.
There's been moments where we're in practice and I'm going with Khabib or Islam and I'm the big guy. So generally, a smaller guy gets on top of you. When you decide it's over, you just throw him off you. No technique, no skills. You just literally grab him and you kind of throw him off you. I'm grappling with Islam once and I try to throw him off of me, but he's still there. And so I give him a little harder shove and he's still there. Next thing you know, I'm grappling at 100% because the dude's that strong. But again, I had never really grappled with him in that way, like at a decent pace. So I didn't recognize the strength when he was trying to keep me down.
Josh Thompson didn't mince words, criticizing Ian Garry for constantly talking about knockouts while often producing cautious, point-scoring performances inside the octagon. He predicted that if Islam Makhachev lands even one clean takedown, the entire fight could swing heavily in his favor. Josh believes Islam's relentless top control would overwhelm Garry, leading to a submission within 2 or 3 rounds. In his opinion, Garry's only realistic chance is avoiding the ground because once Islam secures control, the fight is nearly finished.
Yeah, I think. Look, I'm not mad that Ian Garry got the fight. I get it. I understand. I would have liked to have seen him fight somebody that was undefeated take their O, try to get their O. There's a lot more marketability to be able to do that. Also, too, maybe it's just me, but for Ian Garry, it's the same thing. It's always like, I'm gonna knock this guy out, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and then we get point fighting. And it's several guys, like I think Kamaru Usman's even called me. He's like, when was the last time this dude knocked anybody out? What the hell are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? You're going to hurt him. You're going to take their soul. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Dude, you're out here playing touch button the park. Like, that's what people talk about. I like the way he fights because, to be honest, towards the end of my career, I fought very similar. I fought stick and move, and tried to land the big shot. This guy fights this way, though, at 28, 29 years old, however old he is, and he's fast, he's athletic, he's 6'3". I mean, I don't know. It's to me, it's for Islam, if the fight hits the ground, I think he dominates. I think this fight's probably over within a round or two, maybe 2 rounds, 3. I would say 2 or 3 rounds. Once he gets him down one time, I don't think Aaron Garry Machado is the same fighter after that. Pass guard, like throw the legs to the side, pass the guard, get to side control, get to mount, and I think just right to the submission. I think it's going to be easy. So, and look, when he can do what he did to Charles Oliveira, when he can do what he did to Moicano, what do you think he's going to do to Ian Garry?
MMA Che believes Ian Garry could present one of the most difficult stylistic matchups Islam Makhachev has ever faced, warning fans not to underestimate the challenge. He pointed to Islam's previous performances, explaining that against taller opponents and even during moments against Renato Moicano, closing the distance wasn't always effortless. With Garry's height, reach, and evasive footwork, the analyst believes Islam may be forced into unfamiliar situations where he'll need to pressure forward instead of fighting off the back foot. That's why he considers this matchup much more dangerous than many people realize.
And the truth is, man, I'm not even 100% sure if Islam Makhachev beats Ian Garry. I'm not sure if he does. And the reason why I'm not sure if he does is because, Ian Garry poses some very, very interesting questions to the style of Islam Makhachev, right? If I'm going to take you guys back, way, way back, to the build-up between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena, right, which feels like a different universe at this point, given how much Jack Della Maddalena's career has changed. There was one very interesting aspect of that fight to me. And that interesting aspect was essentially this, right? We have watched Islam Makhachev over and over and over and over again use a particular strategy against everybody. And that strategy was being, very, very light on his feet, using a lot of footwork, right? Always being on the back foot, being super evasive, never just standing right in front of you, always sliding away from his opponents, trying to, find moments to land counters after a while, try to use that to set up takedowns. We've never really seen Islam need to be the one closing distance. We've never seen him need to be the one getting on the inside, using his boxing and slipping shots and getting into the pocket. We've never really seen him do that, right? In fact, the moments that we have seen him step into range unprompted, trying to throw, it doesn't look the best, right? It doesn't look the best. And again, this isn't against somebody way taller, way rangier than he is. It's not. So you can tell this is just not where he's at his best, doing this.
However, MMA Che also explained that Ian Garry's greatest strength is controlling distance, staying on the outside and forcing opponents to chase him, an approach Islam Makhachev has rarely had to deal with. He argued that Garry's reach, movement, and disciplined striking could force Islam to work much harder just to get within range. At the same time, he reminded everyone that Islam's fight IQ and preparation are among the very best in MMA, meaning he'll almost certainly enter with a strategy specifically built for Garry. That's exactly what makes this matchup so compelling, a master strategist facing one of the trickiest stylistic tests of his career.
If there's one thing you can say about Ian Garry, right, it is that we know for 1,000% certainty that ain't going to be the case this time, right? Ian Garry's 6'3", he has a much longer reach. He is 100% a guy that likes to fight at range. In fact, I don't think Ian Garry's very good in the pocket. He's somebody who skirts around on the outside, uses kicks very well, jabs very well, knee stomps very well, he stays away from you. And now we do need to see Islam Makhachev close the distance. We need to see Islam Makhachev get on the inside against a rangy guy who's just trying to stay away from from him. And I don't think we've ever really seen him do that before.
Moving forward, Ilia Topuria made it clear that nothing is guaranteed inside the octagon, insisting Ian Garry has a genuine opportunity to shock the world against Islam Makhachev. He highlighted Gary's experience competing in the UFC, saying years of fighting elite opponents have prepared him for a challenge of this level. Instead of dismissing Garry, Topuria believes he has earned this opportunity and possesses the skills to make the fight extremely competitive. His message was simple: overlooking Ian Garry against Islam could prove to be a costly mistake.
If Jan has chances, you mean to beat Islam?
Yeah.
It's a fight business. Everyone has chances. Everyone, and especially someone like Ian. He's been able to collect a lot of experience during his run in the UFC, and why not? I see him with a lot of chances.
John Anik sent shockwaves through the welterweight division by arguing that Ian Garry, not anyone else, is the rightful next challenger for Islam Makhachev. While many fans continue talking about Michael Morales' impressive victory over Sean Brady, Anik focused on merit and consistency, calling Garry the most deserving contender because of the opponents he's faced and the challenges he's accepted. For Anik, this isn't about politics or business. It's about rewarding the fighter who's earned the opportunity. In his eyes, Makachev versus Garry is the matchup fans truly deserve to see.
Kind of similar question for Islam Makhachev at UFC 330 in August. We don't know the date or location of that yet, but does it feel like Ian Machado Garry has the inside track here? Is it potentially the field for him? I mean, Ian, I don't know how to read him because he's posting all this stuff to social media, that just waiting for the call, stuff like that. I don't know if that's because he knows it's coming or he's trying to get something swayed in his direction.
So sometimes I just throw my hands up and wonder what exactly is the internal promotional metric or the driving force that would give Ian Machado Garry this title shot as opposed to, say, Michael Morales. Is it a matchup thing? Do they maybe make more money if one guy's the champion? I don't exactly know the extent to which Ian Machado Garry moves needles versus Michael Morales, but I think straight meritocracy based on the body of work, despite the Ecuadorian Morales' undefeated record and the wildly sensational win over Sean Brady. I think based upon the body of work for Machado Garry, his willingness to step up all the time, even in the protest main event in Kansas City, I just feel like Makachev versus Machado Garry is the fight. And I think it's a fascinating stylistic matchup as well. I think Morales eventually is going to get there. Looks like an absolute world beater, but depending on what sort of their internal methodology is, I think Machado Garry is going to be the guy, and I think he's the most deserved.
In the end, Carlos Prates explained that he favors Islam Makhachev to win the matchup, describing him as a proven champion with unmatched consistency and championship-level ability. At the same time, he acknowledged Ian Garry remains a dangerous underdog with legitimate skills that deserve respect. Even so, Prates wasn't completely swept up in the growing hype, believing Islam's experience and dominance still make him the favorite. Personally, however, he suggested his own career still has unfinished goals, making different fights more important for him right now.
Islam fights Ian, who wins?
Of course I think Makachev gonna win. Makachev is a double champ, really good fighter. Ian Garry is the underdog, but I really believe like Ian have a really good skills to beat Makachev.
Who would you prefer to fight?
They both would be good. For the legacy, Makachev is great, you know, just one loss, a lot of winning streak, but for me, by person, I prefer Ian. That lose for me is still a little bit painful, so I think me and Ian, we still have some business to do.
As Khabib warns that Ian Garry represents a serious challenge for Islam Makhachev, Team Makachev continues preparing for a battle rather than expecting an easy victory. Javier Mendez reinforces that belief, insisting Islam's discipline, intelligence, and dominance make him nearly unbeatable across multiple weight classes. While Ian Garry is chasing the biggest test of his career, the MMA community remains divided. Some believe he's a genuine stylistic threat, while others expect another dominant performance from Islam. The stage is now set. Respect, skepticism, confidence, and uncertainty have all collided around one potential blockbuster: Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry. But the biggest question remains: is Ian truly the stylistic puzzle many believe he is, or will he simply become the next fighter to fall against Dagestan's unstoppable machine? Whatever unfolds, one thing is certain: this is no longer just speculation about a fight. It's a future UFC war that continues to build momentum. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to leave a like, share this video with your fellow MMA fans, and subscribe for more explosive fight news, expert analysis, and in-depth breakdowns coming your way.